Life and the sea have been intertwined since the beginning, since the first breath, since the first storm, since our ancestors stood beneath ancient skies and listened to waves breaking against the earth. The ocean was there, vast enough to inspire wonder, violent enough to inspire fear, a force that shaped coastlines and civilizations, and the human spirit itself. For thousands of years, we have crossed it, feared it, worshipped it, and returned to it, because somewhere within the sound of the tide, we hear an echo of our distant past. The sea has always called to humanity, not with words, but with something deeper. A pull beyond explanation, the endless horizon, the rhythm of waves against stone, the feeling of standing before something immeasurably greater than yourself. It awakens something ancient within us, a sense of awe. Sailors vanished in storms chasing distant shores. Entire civilizations rose along its coasts. Stories, myths, and legends were pulled up from the briny depths. The sea morphed into something more than water. It became mystery, a boundary between known and unknown. Even now, despite everything we have built, the ocean remains unconquered. Beneath its surface lie trenches deeper than mountains are tall, worlds untouched by sunlight, creatures stranger than imagination itself. Much of it still remains unseen, unknown, and perhaps that is why it continues to captivate us. Because in a world where everything is mapped, measured, and explained, the sea still feels infinite. There is power in the ocean unlike anything else on Earth. Not the powers of machines or empires, but something far older. The power of storms that swallow horizons whole, waves that tear unrelenting at the earth, currents that have flowed for millions of years. The sea is a constant reminder of how small humanity is, and yet, there is peace here too. In the quiet before dawn, in the sound of distant surf, in sunlight illuminating black waters, the ocean shows its other side. A place of calm solitude, where thoughts slow, where the mind remembers how to breathe. Maybe that is why we return to it, again and again. To stand at the edge of the world and feel perspective restored. Because the sea strips away illusion, status, distraction, the endless race for more. None of it matters before the horizon. Only the wind, the tide, and the overwhelming realization that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. Humanity was shaped by the natural world, by rivers, mountains, forests, and the sea. The ocean carried our ancestors into the unknown, fed generations through hardship, tested those who challenged it. It demanded respect, and in return, it gave humanity wonder. There are moments at sea that words cannot hold. The silence beneath towering cliffs, lightning splitting a darkened sky, the sight of endless water beneath the stars. In these moments, you no longer feel separate from Earth, but rather connected to it, as though the ocean is not simply a beautiful scene, but something we come from. Perhaps that is why the sea feels eternal, because long after cities fade, long after history forgets our names, the tide will continue to rise and fall. Tempests will rage on distant horizons. Waves will carve stone into sand, and the ocean will continue its ancient song, endless, untamed, alive. So when you stand before the sea, listen closely to the waves, to the wind, to the silence hidden between them, because somewhere in that vastness, you can still hear the echoes of our beginning.